Hey, this is Knight, and today I'll be giving a complete guide on when you should defend the safe in Heist, specifically by explaining which brawlers are the biggest threats. As you can see on my underneath me, actually, those are all the brawlers that are dangerous without the super. I'm going to be playing some games in Heist right here while I talk about it. But yeah, I'm going to be playing 8-Bit first. 8-Bit, it's pretty clear why 8-Bit is very, very dangerous, even without the super, because of his extra credits gadget. It would unload just a ton of ammo, and his shots, they just do like cult damage basically. And look at this, I mean, we are tearing through the safe, not even gonna bother defending ourselves against the enemy there. And yeah, you can see how powerful 8-Bit is with that gadget, able to bring that safe from 100% down to 47% in just a few seconds. So yeah, gonna push up on this right hand side, see what we can do. But yeah, all the other brawlers up there like Bull, Buzz, Primo, Daryl, Edgar, all those are just tanks, and tanks have a lot of great damage, especially in Heist. They don't need any gadgets, any supers, they just need to be there. And you see here, we're gonna get another huge extra credit onto that safe. There we go, Piper is just gonna melt, and that is gonna be a really easy first game here for us. On top of that, Griff, gonna be really, really good. Griff is just a very strong brawler because of his ability to shoot those coins. Those coins do so much damage, and he's not so good at the actual interactions because against other brawlers, since it's kind of hard to hit all those coins at once. But when you can get up onto a safe, I believe three shots of his can do like 10,000 something damage without the super, and that's just crazy considering his reload speed is, I think it's medium. Edgar, a really good option on maps like Pit Stop. I don't even know if that's in the rotation. Pit Stop, there's a new one called Can't Touch This, where Edgar can just jump over that first wall, use the Let's Fly gadget to really get over that first wall really quickly at the start of the game, put a lot of pressure on the enemy here, just like they're putting a ton of pressure on me here. This is not such a great start, I'm going to be honest. But yeah, Carl, I think we don't need to explain why Carl is really good. Just being able to reload so quickly against the wall, especially on those maps I just mentioned, the ones with the walls next to the safe, really, really good there. I'm gonna have to use this to clear that cult. But yeah, those brawlers really, really strong in Heist. You definitely don't want to let them undefended. It's definitely worth pinching them with a teammate. Do a 2v1. It's worth overcommitting to make sure you can really defend these brawlers and then go back on offense after you've dealt with them. Leaving a Primo on the safe or a cult, you saw how quickly they were able to deal that amount of damage on the safe in just a few seconds. And yeah, that can literally make or break a Heist game, especially those tanks just being able to dive. You see here, Primo can dive on the safe so easily. Buzz, Bull, Daryl, Edgar, all able to use their supers to close those distance gaps and get on your safe. Spike, I'm gonna try to get on the safe here with my gadget. I don't know if that's feasible, but we've got a minute left. Let's kind of see what I can do here. Nope, it appears that I cannot do a whole lot. Nita's gonna try to connect that bear. Hopefully we can get this safe done underneath 50%. But yeah, I wanted to kind of show you guys how good this Spike gadget is. Obviously, a lot of people don't really run. Popping Pincushion anymore. Is that an opportunity? No, not really. But even his shots are just so strong. If you optimally hit his shots, you can do around 5,000 to 6,000 damage per ammo, and that's absolutely insane. Let's see if I can. Can't really connect here, but with popping Pincushion, people don't really expect it. We lost, unfortunately. But yeah, Spike with popping Pincushion is really good. Usually people use the life plant gadget, so but yeah, still really, really good with the regular shots. Now let's look at the brawlers that are dangerous with their super, and those brawlers are listed right there. That's going to be BB. We got BB, Brock, Jesse, Penny, Nita, and Lola. And if you can't already tell, a lot of these brawlers are the ones that have pets. As you see, Jesse, Nita, Lola, and Penny all have their little turrets. BB, I think it's quite obvious why BB is very strong with the super. The bubble just being able to bounce between two narrow areas. especially on maps like, again, the same ones I mentioned before, the ones that are good for throwers. On this map here as well, Tornado Ring, there's this is good for Carl as well, by the way, because the wall you can bounce back and forth, and BB can use that to bounce the bubble basically like 5 or 6 times, which is huge value. And BB by herself still does a ton with the bat, but not as much as Dara or Bolt, and you can definitely like ignore a BB if she doesn't have the super, but with the super it really becomes quite a threat. Lola though, kind of an underrated pick in Heist, to be completely honest. She performs very well against honestly a lot of the sharpshooters, and just does a great amount of damage on the safe. We're going to take out that bull there. Pam is going to make it to our safe here with that turret, and able to play great defense, honestly, with that Lola ego. No, it's going to get exploded here, but still, teammates have brought the safe down to 39%. That is looking, this game is looking pretty good. Alan, our Leon here, is going to go in, try to get his super, and maybe go up to the safe. Tara gonna try to hit that pole. Not looking too great with that pole, but it's all good. Lola with this ego just does okay. Never mind. But yeah, Lola with the ego just does so much damage on the safe. You use the freeze frame and the ego, and you just sit on the safe, and you do just a ton of damage. And this game is kind of going downhill. Let's see though. Really good Tara super. Unfortunately, nobody there to capitalize on it. Let's see if we can melt these guys here. Gonna freeze frame, and just imagine if that was a safe in front of him. I mean, man, that would be doing so much damage. Pam gonna have to try to delete her here. Maybe we can get some help from the teammate. Okay, that's not very good. Bull is down there, but yeah, Penny, Jessie, and Nita. Actually, for those brawlers, you really only need to destroy the turret or the pet, and then you can let the brawler go. So Penny, if she throws a turret, just use like a thrower or something, or it's even okay to commit like a rough super, for example, to deal with that turret. And after you've dealt with it, leave the Penny there. They'll be forced to come back and defend, and you're just wasting your time at that point. Brock, I haven't spoken about this yet, but Brock is really, really good with his super, his new extra rockets. I think it's called more rockets or something like that. His star power, I mean, that is just a crazy damage output with that star power onto the safe. His regular shots too, now that they all have incendiary, just a really, really strong combination. And let's see if we can get this here. Oh my goodness, did I throw? Oh, I think I threw low-key. But yeah, not doing so good there. But Lola definitely still a really good option. Of course. Well, it was Charles, Falcon, and what the dog doing? Fade. Really, really strong players from the NA region. But yeah, we are now going to go into the brawlers that are not a danger at all. Let's see. Here we go. On the right here, you should be able to see all the brawlers that are considered not a danger to the safe. And just because they're not a danger to the safe doesn't mean they're a bad brawler on Heist. It just means that if they are to go on your safe, it's completely okay just to let them go and deal as much damage to the safe as possible, because your brawlers hopefully are going to have more damage output. So let's say I'm a Colt. I can either try to win lane against a Squeak, or move past and deal damage to the safe. If a Colt's dealing damage to the safe versus a Squeak dealing damage to the safe, obviously the Colt's going to be a lot more efficient, and it's going to be completely fine to let that Squeak go. Yeah, that goes for most of these brawlers. And while some of them you might think are a little bit questionable because they do a lot of damage, we see Piper, there's Tick. Tick, obviously, it's going to be a little bit hard for him to do a ton of damage, considering his shots now fly up in such an open pattern they can't really hit the safe. You have to be really close, and even if he was close to the safe, Tick's reload is just so slow, and it's just not very efficient for dealing damage at an extended period of time, even with the Mind Mania. And yeah, Piper, reload again, pretty slow. Amber, again, really struggles with the reload, because even though she can deal one initial barrage of damage to that safe, it just doesn't do a lot long term if you're trying to take out 100% safe. Yeah, you're not too damage efficient. Belle, again, Belle and Piper and Byron, all really great control options for the mid, but at the end of the day, just not so good at Heist. No, for dealing damage. Of course, yeah, they're really good in Heist, but they're not really good at doing damage. And a lot of people actually question why Eve would also not be a good option considering how strong Eve is right now. I'd say that Eve, her reload is again very slow. Yeah, most of these brawlers actually it comes down to having a slow reload. Leon, Eve, even though they do a ton of damage per ammo, it doesn't really give them that same level of strength because their reload is just really holds them back. Especially Eve, her super also not very strong against the safe. It's mostly used as a control super used to waste your opponent's ammo. Mr. P might be okay with the gadget. If you can get like 3 gadgets off and a super. Next to safe, sure, it'll do a lot of damage, but that's extremely circumstantial. But yeah, all those brawlers not doing a whole lot of damage. And if you did notice, I did leave out 3 brawlers actually. Yeah, Rico, Dynamite, and Nani. These are 3 brawlers that, while they are very dangerous, it's not always worth committing your time to defending those brawlers, simply because how difficult it is to actually attack them and take them out. Dynamite and Rico, obviously, they're going to be operating behind walls. We can see on maps like Safe Zone, where the back areas are just so closed off, and where Rico can run around those walls, so can Dynamite. And unless you have a really strong wall break option like Brock or Brock Colt, oh, that was not good, but yeah, unless you have a built-in wall break of your brawler, able to break those walls down and fight Dynamite in an open area, it's really not worth your time just running around those walls and trying to play defense, because those brawlers will waste your time while doing damage to the safe, and that's incredibly inefficient at the end of the day. Nani gonna be similar to them, given that Nani has the Warp Blast as her gadget. Warp Blast is, of course, going to be doing a ton of work in terms of getting her across that map and getting her into your area. And similar to Rico and Dynamite, she can often run around a wall at the back of your heist safe and really waste a lot of your time. Let's see if we can get this Colt here. Nice, and hitting the safe. And yeah, Nani just wastes a ton of time from all your players, and unless you have another teammate to pinch them off in a certain area or corridor, yeah, you're gonna be at a deficit almost all the time when fighting against those brawlers. Rico, if I'm able to get into like that area that I just shot at on their side of the map, it's actually really good because I can use my bouncy castle, heal up. Another thing with Rico is he can just use a bouncy castle to heal up over and over. Oh, not doing so good there. But yeah, if they keep healing up with the bouncy castle, even sometimes it's gonna be hard to 1v2 them. I'd say that Rico, his damage output is okay, and if your brawlers on your team do a ton of damage, it might not even be worth it to pinch those brawlers and play that defense. That was not a good bouncy castle, but we're gonna try to finish off this game here, close off our enemies. Frank in the middle here, not gonna be doing a whole lot of damage. Able to take him out and throw that super onto the safe. Just gotta play aggro here versus this Dynamite, not die to the gadget. And you see here, if I'm in this position, right, this Frank can do nothing, and I can just come out and poke and do. That was terrible. I was trying to avoid the Dynamite, but yeah, if you like stay here, for example, you can just poke it. Say this is their safe. I can come here and poke and do anything I want, basically. Oh my gosh, we gotta make sure we don't lose this. But yeah, should be okay. Yeah, we can just poke around the sides of those map and get constant damage. Nani, Rico, and Dynamite, brawlers that you need to pinch with a teammate and not let on your safe. But yeah, that's all for my guide on how to deal with all the brawlers in Heist. Right here, I'm gonna have a tier list actually that I made of all of these brawlers. Feel free to screenshot that for your reference. Thanks for watching, and if you want to play with me, I stream live at twitch.tv/nighttimeclasher, and the link will be in the description.